Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, guys. Merab Dvalishvili just absolutely destroyed Cory Sandhagan and made him look very easy. This fight, it was highly anticipated, but I told you guys, I told you from the very beginning that this isn't close, and we gotta stop pretending like Cory actually stand a chance against Merab, and we obviously saw that happen. My scorecards were 40 and 45 for Merab. The second round was, it doesn't matter what you say, the second round was undisputedly a 10-8 round, bro. This fight, there was only 1 or 2 points at which it saw that the fight would have been finished. One is in the second round when Merab almost knocked out Cory Sandhagan. And honestly, if there was any other referee, there's a pretty high chance that the fight would have been stopped. I'm not saying it should have. Because Cory obviously survived and came back. Didn't do much, but still came back. He survived that. But honestly, you have to think about, bro. That's Cory Sandhagan. In the first round, it was like I was a bit shocked that how good Cory was in his striking. He's obviously a pretty long range outside striker. Since, as I said, his arms and legs, he's kind of built like Sean O'Malley, for example. But then I realized, bro, this, after the round and Merab gave a nice, a cheeky smile like this. That's the moment I realized that alright. We gotta put our faith and trust on Merab at this time, because he has been there with Sean O'Malley, with Umar Nurmagomedov, with Peter Yan. This is the way Merab fights. He the more the fight the more the fight goes, the more active and the more fierce Merab Dvalishvili is now. So the other point at which the fight was there was a very high chance that the fight could have been ended, finished, was I think the end of third or fourth round. When Merab got a choke in. He obviously couldn't he got the lock, but he didn't he couldn't pull for the choke, because I think it was a very tight position. They were basically in the same position. They were both of them were resting. They decided to have an agreement, and they were just resting for, I think, 15 seconds it was. Anyways, the thing is, if Cory, the thing is, I was saying that Merab basically beat everyone in the division even before becoming a champion. So as soon as honestly, before the Umar fight, I was saying that Umar doesn't deserve the title shot and he doesn't stand a chance against Merab, which is obviously true. But after the Umar fight, no one in bantamweight right now has the capability to beating Merab. Sean O'Malley obviously doesn't stand a chance and he got submitted. Umar's striking is very high level. You have to understand that. Watch, just wait till what he does to Mario Batista. Just wait, because Mario is gonna get knocked out. Trust me. And the thing is, Umar Nurmagomedov, his striking is so high level, and Merab absolutely ragdolled through Umar. He embarrassed him in front of his Dagestani team, in front of Khabib, Islam. Islam was training obviously, but anyways, all of them. And after Merab ragdolled Umar, how can you say that Cory even has a chance against Umar? Against Merab. I saw what he did to Mario Batista, but that's Mario Batista. This is Merab Dvalishvili we're talking about. This is the machine. This guy, he gets better and better. Even if he reaches maximum, even if his body does the maximum that it can do, he'll still push it to do better. Even if he defeats the final boss, he'll still improve and he'll still get better. Now the thing is, when in the first, as I said, the first round obviously Cory won, but here's the thing: at the beginning of every Merab fight, it looks like that Merab is getting ragdolled. Merab is maybe wobbling. He was getting hit. He's getting hit with a lot of significant punches, and you have to realize that, bro, Merab's durability is so good. This guy literally went through hell. In his life, when he was young, he went through a lot of things to survive. And you have to think about it. At this point, Merab has the second longest win streak. Second longest active win streak right now. Number one is Islam Khashev, with 15 win streak, and if he beats JDM, which I am predicting that he will tie with Anderson Silva's record for the longest win streak. Now, Merab wants to fight again this year, and to be honest, I think that's the best thing to do, because Peter Yan is obviously ready, and if you think about it, in this fight, Merab really didn't take that much damage, and as soon, like the time period between Merab's first fight with Sean and Merab's fight with Umar, like he came back so early to destroy Umar Nurmagomedov. You have to think about it, like Merab's recovery time. Merab said he wants the UFC to allow him to have a quick turnaround, and I think that's insane. Like I think, and Peter Yan, like, are we really expecting Peter Yan to beat Merab? Like, let's be real. In Peter Yan's last performance, it was a domination, but it wasn't as impressive. And right now, as I said, the bantamweight division is basically cleared out because Merab is so active that he is beating everyone, like everyone. Like he beat Jose Aldo, he beat Peter Yan, he beat Sean O'Malley, he beat Umar Nurmagomedov, he now beat Cory Sandhagan. Now, like at this point, like what can you do with a guy who is so dominant? Like this is the most dominant champion I have ever seen in my lifetime, probably. Like at bantamweight for sure, but at the UFC, I guess maybe. But like the thing that I love about Merab is that he is just so active, like so active. Now as far as what's next for Cory Sandhagan, a rematch is unnecessary. Obviously, I feel like Cory versus Umar Nurmagomedov, that's a fan fight, or maybe even Cory versus Sean O'Malley. Anyways, that's my thoughts on the guys. You guys definitely make sure to let me know what you guys think, and inshallah see you next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.